Bucket of balls. I love that song. Thank you again, Jeff, for that beautiful lead-in music. Hello, folks. Welcome to Fantasy Golf TV with Jeff Deal here post-U.S. Open. We do have somebody Skyped in with us. Brian Steffen is on the line. Brian, you there?
I am. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good, Brian. Thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
No problems, buddy. You know I love coming on the show. I'm just sorry I can't be in there in the studio with you.
Yeah, I know you're real busy. It's great, though. I appreciate you being here. And what a week at Chambers Bay and with all the pomp and circumstance for people talking about the golf course. I think overall it turned out to be a pretty strong end, unless you're a Dustin Johnson fan, right?
Yeah, well, even if you're not a Dustin Johnson fan, you still gotta.
Is somebody choking in there?
Feel for the guy, right? You still gotta feel bad for the guy, right?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, he's a hometown favorite here, and we were certainly pulling for him at Barefoot and all the Hootie folks. It's a shame. Jeff keeps razzing me that he choked, and I don't know. I got to admit, I've seen that putt over and over again, and did it hit a little piece of broccoli or
no?
Or
I don't think it did.
I'm calling conspiracy theory on that. TaylorMade put that. He had something in his ear saying, "Don't hit this putt.
Yeah.
We got to give away a bunch of drivers if you make this cut." Conspiracy theory, man.
That was.
Yeah, don't worry about this Open, man. We'll make it up to you.
That was a hell of a promotional tack that they did. Yeah. I mean, Jordan Spieth. What can you say? I mean, the guy. He needs birdie at the end, and he goes ahead and hits a perfect drive, hits a perfect 3-wood, and
that dude is amazing.
He's strong. I mean,
let's talk about the control it takes mentally to go double bogey, on 17, and then turn around and know you need, you want a birdie to. He didn't need birdie. Birdie gives him a shot at win.
He said he didn't think he needed it, right?
Par meant, I'm tied, and we play tomorrow. But a birdie gives him a shot at winning.
Right.
And he steps up. And it's not so much the drive. I mean, the fairway's a country mile wide. Everybody can hit the fairway. But it was the second shot. Stepping up and just roping that 3-wood perfect.
Excuse me, I didn't have my mic up. I love the conversation between him and the caddy. I just love that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea that they got the mics close enough that we, the fans, can hear some of that stuff, and the fact that they just talk things out. And it's, I mean, I love that, man.
That's me not doing enough research with talk about fantasy golf on my team. I had no idea that his caddy used to work there.
Yeah.
And talk about a homer. I mean,
how did you not know that?
I don't know.
Did you sleep for a week before leading
no,
up to the Open?
I know it was U.S. Open week, but
why do they call you the guru, man?
We need to change the name of this show.
I just did not do enough research. I wasn't paying attention.
Speaking of how they got the mics close enough, can I tell you that's about the only thing I liked that Fox did?
Well, come on, let's not go there. It's their first time out. I'll bet you 35 years ago.
They're a broadcast company, though, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's their first golf venue.
They're a professional broadcast company, though.
Listen,
they know when to not cut the music on before the guy's done putting.
I'm not defending anybody.
Joe Buck's mic off.
Somebody should have practiced finding the golf balls with the cameras.
Yeah, well, it was a tough venue.
Yeah.
There's no question. I mean, it's the venue itself that really lended itself to bad broadcasting.
Yeah.
It was not a good venue for the first go-round for Fox. I'm not defending. Listen, they did a horrible job in some aspects. I thought some was good. Some was pretty good. I didn't think Greg Norman was as bad as people were making out to be.
Well, listen, he was bailing water on a sinking ship. I mean, it was it was hard for him. I mean, I felt bad for him and Weiskopf and Faxon. I mean, sitting there with idiots.
Well, I appreciate that, Brian. Brian, I don't know if we lost his Skype, but and I appreciate that. I think Weiskopf is one. I had a little too much of him. Sometimes he went on and on and on, and although he was, I think, the leading expert, him and Greg, on that panel, I thought it was a little much. For me to take Weiskopf, although I respect him dearly. getting back to our fantasy league, and Brian is boasting. Brian's talking very highly of himself right now because he's done very well. Is he back?
Well, for some reason, Skype said his call was on hold. I don't know if he put it on hold or what, so I just tried to call him back.
Okay, Brian, just let me know when you're back. And
yeah, well, he evidently had an internet problem because it's still not connected with him.
And Brian did very well. He was in third place, and now he's in second, but he's only a few points behind for this segment. This Travelers Championship coming up, folks, is for our league is the last week in the spring league, which means there's a lot of money on the line, or should I say points on the line. Dr. Putt, our friend from Myrtle Beach here, is back in Indiana right now. Chris Vest, he's leading. Brian is in second place. Fantasy Boyfriends, my friend from the Golf Channel, she and her husband are in third place. I dropped 2 spots. I'm in 8th place. I don't have a shot at this segment, but I'm still very well in a good position for season points for the full season end of the year. The winning week this week is, I believe it was, wasn't it Shan and her husband? Yep, Shank Myrtle Beach. Shan and Frank Coughlin, they led this week with 190 points, which was very good on a tough week. So congratulations to them. We do have a couple of things, a couple of stats I took just to finish up with Chambers Bay. Dustin Johnson, God bless him. We all root for him here, but I don't want to say you're shooting yourself in your foot, but missed putts. It was amazing how many putts he missed on the back nine alone on Sunday's round. On number 10, he missed a 6-footer. On number 11, he missed a 6-footer. Number 12, he missed a 7-footer. All putts he should have made. Now think about that. If he just drops a couple of these, he wins. On hole 13, he misses a 5-footer. On hole 16, he misses a 9-footer. And then obviously we all know hole 18, he missed a 4-footer just to get in a playoff. But the thing about it is that first putt's only 19 feet. That's a putt he probably should have made too.
But you can say all that you want to, but if Louis Oosthuizen had been partnered with somebody other than Tiger Woods on day one, this would have been all a moot point.
Well, yeah, I mean, holy cow, right? Shot 77 the first day and then pretty much broke records for the final 3 rounds. Man. Yeah. I mean, it really was amazing what he shot. And here it is. He went 77, shot 70, 66 in the second round, 66 in the third round, and 67 in the fourth round.
I think our buddy's wrestling a bear there in his office or something.
Brian, we got you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I'm Skyping in on my phone, and I got a phone call.
Oh, great stuff.
And it boots me off, so I have to apologize.
I'm sorry. As long as I know it's your anniversary. Is it your wife?
No, it was work.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
No worries. Hey, I got a couple of stats for you. And we were just going over some league stuff, and I did mention some of the things, some of the putts that Johnson missed. I was talking about.
Yeah,
missing,
I heard that putt.
You did? Okay, but check this out. Some of the best stats. You might have read this. I got this from some of the things we research. Spieth. Obviously, the youngest to win 2 majors since Gene Sarazen back in 1922. And he's only 22. He's only 22 years old right now. Or Spieth is 21.
Yes, he's 21.
Only 16 players in the history of golf have won both U.S. Open and the Masters. Spieth is just the 6th to do it in the same year. I mean, think about that. Golf is what, 400 years old?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy stuff. In 75 starts, this is really cool. 75 starts, Spieth has already moved into number 82 in the PGA Tour earnings list. Now, think about that. He's only got 75 starts. He's number 82 in the history of the PGA Tour earnings. That's pretty crazy. And he's a few $100,000 behind 10-year veteran J.B. Holmes. Again, he's only 21 years old, Spieth. So.
Yeah, he's amazing. And you might as well just go ahead and put him on everybody's list as a favorite to win at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Because at this point, how can you not?
I totally agree. And I could only use him 2 more times in the league, and I'm saving him for the 2 majors. That's it. I can't do anything else.
I think none of us were really that high on him going into this week.
I wasn't.
I had him on my radar, and he ended up on my team. at the last minute, which helped me because obviously he won.
I kept him
started
off my
him all
team.
4 days, but Patrick Reed I had on my team, which helped. Rory, the last day kind of helped. I think I finished just behind Frank.
You did. You had
And
178 points, which was a great week for you. Frank and Shan again, just home run.
Yeah,
they had
I had
190 points in
I
our
had
league.
one day I made a mistake. I thought on the second day I put I played Ryan Moore instead of Patrick Reed because I figured Reed going from morning to afternoon. The afternoon rounds are tougher.
Right.
And actually Reed shot 1 under and Moore shot like 5 over, and I think that was the difference probably between me and Frank.
Well, let me ask you, in terms of, I want to bring up just the U.S. Open, just one more thing. I'm
Right.
in my head, I'm going with Spieth, and you say, man, you just pencil him in, right? What is it about this kid, in your opinion? I trust your opinion on so much when it comes to golf, all sports, but golf in general. What is it
amazing.
about this kid?
He doesn't do nothing that he does. He does outstanding. Like, he's not the best driver. He's not the best putter. He doesn't have the best.
Well, right now, I
game.
think statistically he is the best putter on tour, isn't he?
He's just puts it together.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do anything bad. There's not like a weak part of his game.
Here's what I really like about him. Obviously, he's steady. It seems like nothing phases him, but and he's starting to gain a little confidence. You could see it in his interviews and everything. But one of the things I'm really impressed with, and I haven't heard anybody say this, is his lag putting. He just lag putts so well. He never puts himself in a position to 3-putt, and I think that's
huge.
Key. That is really big.
That's huge, and it seems like he's got a knack for the dramatic. Like, when he needs to make a putt, he makes a putt.
Yeah,
Guys, all that boils down to mental.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yes, he's mentally strong. He's got a good team behind him. His communication with his caddy is ridiculous.
I think that's a major part of his mental strength.
He works
everything out.
Think of who else on tour spends a lot of time talking with their caddies.
Yeah.
What's the first one pops in your mind is Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
And he's had a pretty decent career, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
So, whoever this Mike guy, whoever Spieth's caddy is, and I know
like
you were talking.
him. I like
when I got cut off. You were talking about you didn't know his caddy. We were busting your chops a little bit that he worked for a year at Chambers Bay. He caddied for Spieth in amateur events.
Amateur, I know.
An amateur. And then when he got the opportunity, Spieth needed a caddy for one of his first PGA Tour events. He raised his hand and said, "I'll do it." And then that's how they've gotten together.
Right.
There's some other details in there I'm missing, but that's basically how it all came about. And barring anything crazy, this guy's going to be a millionaire caddying for Jordan Spieth.
I agree.
I mean, he's going to be Bones. He's going to be what Bones is to Mickelson.
Yeah.
He really is.
I think
he's a little bit older.
I think he's already a millionaire, isn't he?
Probably.
In the
With
past
10%,
in the past 16
whatever.
months, whatever,
Right?
So
Well, one thing that impressed me was one of the last things that he told Spieth before every shot: visualize the shot, paint the picture, that, get the picture. I mean, constantly reminding him.
Man, why doesn't that work with me?
You're seeing the wrong things, man.
Listen,
I'm seeing the wrong things.
I see before I hit it and what happens after I hit it are never the same thing, and I don't know why either, Jeff. I don't.
Brian, you play with me many times, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm visualizing. A beer at the end of the tunnel or what? I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Beers and cigars after the round.
Well, listen, folks. Listen, contact us. Fantasy Twitter at Fantasy Golf TV, Facebook.com/Fantasy Golf TV, and FantasyGolfTV.com. Brian, we're running out of time already. We haven't even gotten to Travelers, and it's important. TPC River Highlands, back to the original, right? It's back to just like kind of, regular resort golf, should I say. These guys are going to be lighting up. Birdies are galore in this course. And
the winner's always crazy number at this course.
Yeah, I mean, they just light it up on this course. It's traditional. It's relatively flat compared to Chambers. It's up in Connecticut, along the Connecticut River. There's a huge lake that the course kind of meanders around, so it's beautiful up there. Definitely a little different than Chambers Bay. Streelman is our defending champion. He lit it up last year, right? What did he have? 6 out of the last 7 holes birdied and set that record. So he was tied for 10th in greens in regulation, and I really like him this week. So he's going to go on my team. Who do you like?
You like him again this week?
I do. I really do.
I've been focused so much looking back at the Open that I've barely even looked ahead at the Travelers. I hate to say that, but who played really well, and I expect to see it carry forward, is Brandt Snedeker.
Yeah, he's he's first on my list. I have a little Travelers Championship power ranking, and he's first. Bubba's second, Sergio third on my list. So.
Yeah,
I really do. I like Brandt, no question about it.
Hasn't Keegan Bradley won this thing before?
Keegan has he's 9th on my list.
Okay,
and I do have the past champions list.
Wonder if Oosthuizen can carry it over as well.
What about Brandon Grace?
Brandon Grace is playing very well right now.
He is. He kind of crumbled down the stretch. I hope that doesn't. That makes me nervous about him.
Well, you're right. Who are you going to pick this week? I think it's a direct reflection on what happened last week. Chambers Bay is a very tough golf course. 4 days in a row. It's tough to walk. Everybody says it's 10 miles, but it's not only just 10 miles down the center of the fairway. It's tough terrain. And how many caddies, twisted ankles and this past weekend? And
I'd like to say Billy Horschel, but he might not be done crying about Chambers Bay before.
Well, did you see he just tweeted that he apologized?
Yeah, he better.
He did.
And it burns me because I love Billy Horschel. I love the way he plays.
Me too.
I like the fire. I like the fact that he wears his emotion on his sleeve. He's
I totally
good.
agree.
I think his personality is good for the game of golf, but then the antics he had on Sunday.
And he played well. He played very well on Sunday.
He shot 67 and came off the course complaining.
No reason.
What do you think he was going to do? Shoot 59?
But I think that's a good reason to put him. I think he feels a little bad because he wasn't complaining about. He didn't apologize for complaining about the greens. He apologized for what he did on the 6th hole. When he almost slammed his putter into the turf. He apologized for that act alone. He did not apologize for his comments on the turf. He still feels that it was one of the worst U.S. Open venues he's ever played. And so
just relax. It wasn't that bad. Just because.
And I agree.
Listen. I have no room for these pros when they turn crybabies about the golf course. I mean,
I agree.
They get to play on the pristinest of conditions all the time. The best of the best.
I heard so many people say it's a course that, after you watch an Open, you say, man, I got to go play there. This was one that people said that they weren't enthused about going to play. Man, I still want to go play it.
Dude,
I got to play that place.
There's
no question.
To play that. I would love to go play
and we can. It's public.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These guys, anytime these guys start whining about course conditions and stuff, I don't want to hear it. I mean, they get to play lift clean and cheat whenever it rains. I got no room for that.
All right, so let me just for informational purposes. Sorry to cut you off, but we are pretty much out of time. I want to talk to a lot of folks about some of the guys that were up on my list to play this venue, but now they've canceled out. Charlie Hoffman is one. I was going to pick him to win. He's not playing. Matsuyama, he's out. He bailed out. He's not going to play. Kevin Kistner, another guy. He's not going to play this week at the Travelers. And Webb Simpson, another guy that I liked. So the A list in our Yahoo League is fairly short. I'm going to take Bubba, and I'm going to take Harris English for my A players right now. Who do you like for your A players, Brian? I don't know if you're bringing it up, but
I am.
It is a short list.
It is.
And we're not going to divulge our entire team, but
I think I like
if you
Harris.
can give me one of your A players and
I'd go Sergio. I think I kind of like. What do you think? Sergio is there. I think I like him, and I like Harris English.
Harris English too. He's played well in the venue, and
he's played well there.
Yeah. Well, it's TPC Highlands. It's again, Streelman is your defending champion. Folks, do your research. Weather shouldn't be much of a factor. They say it's warm right now. It's going to start the week, but it's going to drop to about 70 degrees, maybe a little rain. With that change in weather, sometimes you get some showers, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a factor. It's a great course. They're back to traditional golf, so do your research, folks. I hope we helped you a little bit here. Jeff, I appreciate you chiming in. You're awesome.
No problem.
Brian, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate you Skyping in and being part of the show.
Yeah, but it's always fun. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you very much. Folks, TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for your golfdirector.com, for the golfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured golf pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more, especially this time of year. A lot of specials out there in Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand area. Need help with your next golf vacation? Hashtag JustCallDave. Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF1. That's 844-464-6531. All of our TGD program is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on a show you might have missed, click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices. I've said it before, folks, but think about that, 1 billion devices. We're on devices like iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, and the Myrtle Beach Golf app. So check us out on any one of those. My name is Jeff Deal. I'm your host, Fantasy Golf TV. Co-host is Jeff today, and in the club behind the glass, and Brian Skyped in. I appreciate you guys. We have more information, golf news from TGD Golf News and Information. So stay tuned.
All clear, guys.